in this graduation season where I am graduating my beautiful Reagan Evelyn from high school, I'm just reflecting on God's goodness and his kindness to me. You see, I grew up in a Christian home. I went to Christian school, but I had been really hurt by the church. I felt really rejected and never really accepted. And so when I was about 20, 21 years old, I decided, you know what, I'm done trying. I'm just not good enough. And the world was right there. They were right there to accept me, to love me, to tell me all the right things. And they accepted me with open arms. And so that's where I ran. That's where I met Bruce. And to say that our relationship was tumultuous would be an understatement. But you know what you do after 4 years, you get married and think, you know what, this'll make it better. So we got married, and I had Harrison, and he was 5 years old when we got married. Our marriage was still tumultuous. And then about 2 years in, I got pregnant with Reagan. And you see, at that same time, Harrison's father was getting married, and I felt like the Lord just speaking to me. I found out that I was having a daughter, and the Lord is like, is this what you want for your daughter? Do you want her doing the things that you are doing? Is this the path you want for her? And it was so crazy because I was so in love with Harrison. The Lord was so gracious. I guarded him from this lifestyle that I had where I was living in the world. But then on the nights that I had him, we're watching VeggieTales and doing devotions. But then, you know, he did see the fighting and the discord and the different things like that. But he was guarded from the drinking and going out and all of those things. That wasn't really something I did around him. But then when I was pregnant with my daughter, the Lord really confronted this and was like, okay, what are you going to choose? And it was in that stirring of a daughter that I was like, oh, I don't want my daughter to go through the pain I have. I don't want her to end up like this. I was hurting yet again. And so it was at that time when I was pregnant that I decided to go all in for Jesus, everything. I gave him everything. I let go of my friendships. I went all in for him. And he was so gracious and so kind to me. And it definitely was a process. It wasn't overnight. Bruce and I had many, many, many years of struggle in our marriage, where I was walking with the Lord and I was still being refined for many years and still am being refined. But he didn't walk with the Lord for many years. So as you can imagine, that caused some struggle as well. But the Lord was so kind to lead me and to use those difficulties to draw me to him, to show me that he was my husband, that he loved me, he accepted me. And after all these years, and now I'm graduating this beautiful girl, I can see God's kindness and faithfulness to me as I made that decision 19 years ago to follow him through the ups and downs and the struggles and the hardships, to just not give up, to keep going, to keep being in my word, to keep pursuing him as he continued to grow me, to prune me, to change me. I'm just so in awe. And so I just wanted to share, in case there's someone else out there like me who just is hurting, who has been hurt by the church, who has been hurt by friends, who has been hurt by a husband within a marriage, that God is good and he is faithful and he can redeem and restore. And so I just wanted to share, as the Lord has done this in me, may he also do this in you, because he's worth following.